Hello, my name is Jaru, and today I will be reacting to and analyzing the latest pilot from, what's their name again? Shoot, their name escapes me. But this pilot is called the Gaslight District. Let me double check what the name of the studio or whatever is. Glitch Productions or Glitch Studio or whatever. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed their amazing digital circus series. So now that I'm caught up on that, I figure seems a good opportunity to jump on their new series. If you've never seen my reactions before, they are primarily analysis first and reaction secondary, meaning there will be a lot of pausing, there will be a lot of going frame by frame, there will be a lot of speculation about the lore and symbolism of whatever is going on in this video. So if that's what you're into, then welcome aboard. Without further ado, let's take a look at the Gaslight District.
The world as we know it came to an end eons ago.
Well, that's a lot to start with. So here's our... Yeah. So here's what I presume is our protagonist. Some sort of lady. I can't tell. I mean, she doesn't look human, given the skin color. She looks almost corpse-like. She kind of reminds me of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And on the left, we have some sort of bird creature homunculus with long human arms. And on the right, we have some bug-eyed thing. Interesting. The sun is pretty bright. It has a unique frame rate, I notice. Like, yeah. Like, it almost... like, I've never seen Spider-Verse, but I know that altering the frame rate to give things a unique kind of aesthetic is a thing people do now. So that's interesting. However, the more notable detail, an underwater city. So that suggests, and that's like well above sea level, or the sea level is well above the tops of the buildings. So this either suggests the city sank into the sea, or that temperatures in the world reached a point where it flooded. Or at the very least, the world flooded. Presumably some sort of climate change related thing, but uncertain. And I noticed the buildings look kind of stylized in a way. I don't know if that's just an art style choice or if the buildings themselves are kind of warped in some fashion, kind of similar to Little Nightmares. An interesting thought. Let us continue. Okay, I almost missed this detail. There's a hand here, like a giant hand, like insanely huge. Like there's a thumb and what the heck? Okay, that's different. Some sort of hieroglyphs. Fascinating. A lot of lights, gas lights, one would assume. Okay, like it's like a coliseum almost, with some sort of beacon lighting things up.
Humanity.
More symbols. And that's humanity? What the heck? So maybe this is some sort of... Oh, and this hand. It's covered in scars, or... Yeah, it looks like scars in the shape of these symbols. What the heck?
Twisted, bent, and misshapen by hubris. I've entered a golden age.
Oh, nice try. You can't escape my gaze. What was that? So it's some sort of tablet. Very Ten Commandments-esque. And a bunch more of this text. I wonder if there's any way at all to translate this. I'll find out later. I'll come back to this and see if I can't figure out a way to translate this.
I've entered a golden age of never-ending life.
Oh, they're immortal. I see. This is the cursed with immortality timeline. It seems supernatural in nature, whatever it is. It has a halo. Is that an angel?
The Rotlings, blissful in their lives of decadent indulgence.
Ew. Gross. It was like... I noticed there's so much, like highways. And this is our protagonist again, presumably.
The beast whose blood flows black threatens our blessed world.
A beast whose blood runs black. So it seems to be the setting seems to be of the opinion that immortality would make humanity decadent and unpleasant. I guess that's believable. Also, the food they eat is disgusting. Why is it so grotesque? It's like bugs. A human born of the angel's egg. With black blood. It looks like some, like, nuclear rockets down here. And this is the angel? Or the thing born of the angel's egg? Okay. Interesting.
Welcome to the Gaslight District!
Heaven is a place on Earth, apparently. Blackoutberg, Glimmer Grotto, something Haven. It's really hard to read some of these. Chainport. Yeah, I don't know. Some interesting places. Okay, wow. So much just flew by in a matter of seconds.
Abandoned!
Abandoned by God.
My God!
Some sort of toilet monster. What's interesting is, like, these monsters, whatever they are, they have normal eyes. And seem to be more similar looking to a human being than the quote-unquote humanity that we've been shown. And this is a loaf of bread monster. Ah. So this is like... This reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. In that game, in the third game, there's a thing called the Demon Tower, which is a combination of thousands of individual shadow enemies. This looks like a demon tower made out of those bird things. And this tower here, this helix, the one that supposedly goes to heaven, has this thing coming out of it, perhaps to prevent entry to heaven? A gate guardian of sorts? This mad scientist feller seems to have like a brain in a jar. He's sucking some sort of liquid out of some thing on the right. The angel egg scheme. Something are born... Okay, I gotta zoom in. 1 second. Okay, the main thing I'm noticing is this note here, which says, Step 1, trick everyone into believing something about the human egg. So, this whole legend about the human born with black blood from the angel egg might be a complete lie conspiracy made by our protagonist to galvanize humanity in some way. Interesting. Okay, let us progress. Steal it. Okay, gotta steal whatever this thing is. Oh my god, it's going so fast. Trick everyone into believing this is the human egg. It's just an angel's egg. Oh. Okay, so there really are angel eggs, but they want to spread some sort of conspiracy about a human egg. Step 2, steal it. So maybe humans can't have children anymore, and like that's part of the cost of their immortality. And so by threatening the prospect of reproduction, it perhaps threatens their social order. The virtue core exposed. That seems to be the mad scientist feller. What kind of secrets do these walking tin cans have locked away in their citadel? The returned pieces of our investigative journalist may tell the tale. Get past these things, weirdo. Presumably, these are more of the decadent humans who have like grotesquely altered their appearance. They've just put their brains in like robot bodies. The question is this like your ageless type of immortality, or is this Dark Souls immortality where you can't really kill anything? Like they mentioned the returned pieces of our investigative journalist. Was the journalist still alive even though they were split into pieces? Can anything die in this setting? Virtue core, heart of St. Andrew, lungs of St. Jude, more of these symbols. Hijack truck is step 4. Are they trying to reassemble someone? Or build someone like a Frankenstein of some sort? Where do I come from? Humans are born from angels. Sources have confirmed that the prophesized human is born every 10,000 years from the egg of an angel. The human holds the power to destroy the Gaslight district as we know it. It must be rooted out and destroyed with utmost prejudice. Is this prophecy true, or is this part of the lie? Wow, Glitch went hard on this video. Man, I can't wait to watch reactions to it myself. Disgusting. Disgusting. Okay, so all of these monsters are on a squad. This guy, Oogie Boogie looking dude. This Pompadour looking dude, this Elvis looking guy, he was being tormented by the toilet dude from earlier. One second. What is that? Is that like a pot of greed? Among Us! I knew there was something funny in these impact frames. Oh. Is that... Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the whole crime family. They really hid so many cute little Easter eggs in these impact frames. Jesus. Ew. Oh, more impact frames. The way these cars are spinning is so ridiculous. Oh, there's that impact frame. Okay, yeah, and it's his face. Whoa, skulls and stuff. Wow. I don't even know what I'm looking at this time. There's just so much. Oh, it's more of these symbols. What do they mean? Oh my god, there's so many.
But your sister. Get back in here, you little brat!
Worst comes to worst.
Okay. Yeah, God, there's so much. So, what's his face just got resurrected, and he just mentioned you can summon a new leg.
Summon a new one when we get
Okay, yeah. So the power of that obelisk, I guess, is what resurrects these guys. So even if they suffer mortal wounds, they come back. Does his wound heal? Or does he have to get, like, repairs done? Also, I noticed that the papa seemed to have, like, two different halves to his brain that seemed to make him pretty rabid.
Cement, cement, cement. Make sure to hold your breath. Once you reach the bottom, a fight way worse than death. Cement, cement, cement.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, in a world of... Yeah, so this is a Dark Souls world. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate. Oh, dear. So that bird thing saw her. So what's the solution? Birth date? Oh, convenient that the year has been scratched out.
10 days of invaluable life experiences.
Lamau. Okay. Interesting.
You ain't one of us, and you never will be.
He means well. Okay, so there is reproduction in this world. Where else would Mel come from? But presumably it's not through traditional means.
It's the excruciating pain of pulling out an ingrown
Oh. Man, this is graphic. I think I ought to put a content warning at the start. Hot rot, flesh remover. Okay. An anime nosebleed, I see.
Picture this! Ken the Butcher, handsome leader of the Smiling Dead, slay.
Oh, this is dense. This is a dense lore video. Like, compared to Digital Circus, where it's like, yeah, they're in a digital world. You know? It's on some computer somewhere. Like, compared to that, this is freaking Lord of the Rings of dense. Like, jeez. How much left is there in this video? Oh my god, we're not even halfway through. Jesus Christ. Trespassers will be detained and sent to the Inferno. Basically, they're just banished to become human test subjects for all eternity.
Morning, officer. I believe everything should be in order.
Let's see. Yeah, they're like AI, or, you know, artificially enhanced.
You're an angel.
So these things are the quote-unquote angels. Interesting.
Pretty bird, love, yummy, yummy bread.
Oh, fascinating.
Mud, secure the cameras and get the guards to focus on our...
So is the whole reason his head is bread is to lure in angels? The thing is, if there was no reproduction, and clearly people are being sent to the bottom of the ocean or whatever all the time, or Inferno, there wouldn't be people left, you know, or there wouldn't be very many. So that implies to me that, I don't know, like, there has to be a way that they produce more people. But, so maybe angel eggs produce these quote-unquote not humans? Well, they call them rotlings. Are they artificial life forms?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. So, the thing we saw earlier, the Demon Tower, which is what I'm going to call it until given a reason otherwise, it was just the angel swarm. Okay. So, and Mel reacted rather negatively to seeing an angel, which kind of makes me think that they can report their intel back to the boss or whoever's in charge here. Given the start of the episode saw her like looking out over the horizon and there was like angels around her, that almost makes me wonder if this is all just like her origin story. Like, yeah, she was initially raised by a crime family, but when the Virtues found out she was the human, they took her to some other place, heaven, which might be where the humans are taken, perhaps, is my guess. I don't know. Interesting, though.
What happened to don't leave my side?
Plans change! This is what you want, right? To be one of us? A member of the Smiling...
I feel like something bad is going to happen to Ken here. Yeah, and he definitely seems to have some sort of, like, split brain, different... It's not different personalities. He just sort of gets triggered and gets mad. But he pulls it under control when dealing with his daughter, which is interesting. He seems like, you know, for a murderous, psychopathic crime boss, you know, monster thing, like a decent father. She did not follow instructions. You know, they really shouldn't...
Sting for just a moment. Please.
Temperance. Are the virtue... So I'm going to assume that this virtue in question, was it temperance? Was perhaps one of the only entities who knew about Mel being a human? That's my best guess as to why he'd do this. But I also am wondering, like, what does this accomplish? Because you can't kill these things permanently. Unless the virtues are different somehow? Maybe they're true humans and actually can die? I don't know. It's a bit confusing. So, yeah, it seems like... Yeah, it has the mark of resurrection. But it seems like it's just the brain left. And whatever is involved in making these things is clearly some high-value tech. So destroying them is probably pretty bad. But I see now he's going to deal with it permanently. He's just going to take it with him.
The call of the prophecy echoes louder each day.
Okay, so the prophecy is real. And the whole 10,000 year human thing. Oh, and that hand! Okay, this is the thing that stabbed the, like, mirror or whatever at the start, in the intro. Interesting. Oh. This thing also has black blood. Interesting. Wow.
Now!
Quick rising yeast. It's some sort of ball inside his head. Okay. Is this like his origin story or something? Is this the spell that created him? Oh, is his brain split in two because he keeps a freaking hatchet buried in his skull? Let's see. Structural... Yeah. Subject recognition. Yeah, it's struggling to recognize him.
I'll make sure you never end up like one of us.
So I'm guessing she is alive. Okay, so maybe the deal is that when you're a human, you have black blood and whatever, but you're alive. However, once you've been you die, and the black hand or the black monolith resurrects you, you are not human anymore. You're undead, or you're whatever the heck these things are. You're a rotling. And this mother angel thing seems to know a lot more, and it bled. Like, it bled black blood. And even when it had a knife, lodged in its brain, it was seemingly unconcerned. And that thing was monologuing about how she'll rain destruction on the Gaslight district, and how she belongs to the angels or something. That makes me think these things are some sort... there's some connection between the angels and her, and like what it means to be human in this setting. Fascinating. The human death ceremony.
A prayer to the Black Hand.
What is this stupid gesture? It looks ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure that is a lewd gesture of some kind. I am not an expert in such things, though. This is bad timing, because it's going to hatch and be an angel instead of a human. Oh, that's why she has an angel in the intro. It's because she stole an angel egg. Duh. Okay, sorry. So I'm guessing this is the intro. Because,
Welcome.
like, the animation changed drastically. Like, I felt like I switched from, like, watching an animated movie to watch, like, it felt like this looks like in-game footage. Like, I feel like I'm watching a video game now. There's some sort of big spooky house up there. Oh, and there's, like, weird creatures, I think? Maybe angel mothers? Wow. Was that final? Okay, we finally, I guess, reached the end. That was insane. Okay, so they're all immortal except for Mel. Makes sense. Is that like an evil whale? Prophetic threat alert. Remain vigilant, stay indoors, arm yourselves. The human threat remains uncontained. All damages are reminded that false sightings or malicious reports will be prosecuted as deliberate acts of terror against Gaslight District. Offenders will be prosecuted according to Protocol Omega 7. Your compliance is mandatory. Your cooperation is appreciated. Your fear is unnecessary. Okay. Wow. So that was a lot. So I'm going to assume... Okay, here's my theory, based purely off of what I've seen so far. I'm thinking, once upon a time, there was something, some entity, presumably the one at the bottom of the ocean, the owner of the gigantic hand. And that thing was a god, or was some equivalent eldritch entity. And it was from that thing that we stole our immortality and killed it, or, you know, as much as you can kill something like that. From there, I reckon that the angels probably have some role or connection to that entity and are seeking vengeance against humanity in some big brain long-term scheme to destroy the enemies of God or whatever. So that's my theory out the gate. Very intense. Very well animated. Credit where it's due. Like, the Glitch went harder on this than they did for anything in The Amazing Digital Circus. Like, just the sheer amount of animation effort put in is kind of insane. It is quite good, and like I said, dense with lore. And there's even more, there's so much more lore packed in here based off of the text, which I don't know how to read. I'm going to take a moment to look up online if there's any work being done to translate that, or if it's an existing, like, if it's like a Wingdings situation where it can be directly turned to English. One moment. Okay, looking up, very first result on Reddit. Someone's already deciphered the entire language. So, in the trailer, apparently there was this image. I'll put it on screen. And the translation of this is, the body of he who bears the mark of the hand shall suffer injury, shall feel pain, shall witness death, but is forever tethered to the soul. Upon injury, the body will persist, bolstered by the mark. It will restore itself, but never to completion. Upon death, the soul will awaken and bind the soul to the body once more. And Body of he who bears the mark of the hand has become tomb for his soul evermore and evermore. And then there's more in the trailer, that another image that says, what's left of the world lives in the Gaslight district. Its population is lower than 10,000. Wow. Okay, yeah. Looks like there's some YouTubers who have already put in the effort and translated everything. So, shout out to Fretcore Lore. They've done a great job compiling some translations. I'll take a look at it and see if there's anything lore relevant. One thing, he translated this tablet, the Ten Commandment thing, and it says lie, cheat, deceive, steal, swindle, rob, evermore and evermore. So yeah, humanity is thoroughly corrupted into evil. Interesting. So on this promotional thing card, the prophecy, whatever, the child born of the egg of an angel shall be the one to determine the fate of the Gaslight district. So it's not just, oh, you will destroy the Gaslight district. It is, you will decide if the Gaslight district exists or survives. It's not purely a destructive force. So Mel is very important. So the different layers of the Inferno are there to punish people of different types of sin. I won't go into the whole list, but it mostly seems to be like the 7 deadly sins, with the worst one being for traitors. Presumably traitors to the organization that runs this place. Interesting. Oh, so I guess they're building a mecha pope up in heaven? There was, another bit of text. This one's pretty lore relevant. The war to surmount heaven. And so the angels attempted defiance against our order, and blood was shed. Great were their talons, but greater still were ours. The superior order prevailed through great skill and sacrifice, and the lesser order was brought to its knees to serve evermore and evermore. They love evermore and evermore, as a phrase. So it seems like maybe those skulls, like those dead, like mother angel things, were probably like remnants of this war. Which of course raises the question on what the heck these angels even are. Because like we understand what the people, I mean, I guess they must just be human. I would assume there's some sort of deformed humans. If not, they're something that we haven't explained yet. There's a tapestry that says, and so they were all cursed with their gift. Which might imply that the Holy Order, whatever they are, views immortality as a curse and is trying to find a way to end it. Which is interesting. So there's a whole paragraph that gets thrown on screen when Ken is fighting the virtue person and it says, connection severed, an alliance broken, millennia and millennia of duty betrayed at a moment of manic guile. Which almost makes me think Ken was one of these virtues. Which makes sense, because like how else would he have gotten access to a human, and also how would he know where to go to kill that person who knew about Mel? And then the next part of the paragraph says, vengeance and comeuppance were dealt, millennia and millennia have passed again, now vengeance and comeuppance can be dealt once more. Fascinating. Yeah, these characters are so old. Okay, yeah, and this paper basically just tells both the recipe for creating Breadhead and kind of just reveals that he is an artificial life form. He is a golem, created from the captured souls of countless litterbugs, which are the insect things that they feast upon. Fascinating. This further supports my theory that that Ken was a virtue. Because how the heck else would he have managed this? In the part where the virtue is trying to scan Ken, it fails. It's like checking his identity against countless VIP characters entities within the organization, as well as just a ton of people. And it fails to identify him, which kind of supports my theory that his current form is meant to disguise his original identity, aka that he was a member of this organization. Also, the very first thing that the Virtue checks the identity for is something which says missing asset Nephilim. And Nephilim, if I recall correctly, is like the hybrid of, like, it's like the offspring of angels and humans. They were giants in biblical mythology. The exact nature of Nephilim and what they truly were is unclear. Some interpret them as fallen angels, while others interpret them as the children of fallen angels. Sometimes they're depicted as being literal giants, whereas other times the giantness is simply a metaphor for how important or how much authority they had or power. So that definitely supports the idea, and given Mel's connection to the angels, that definitely supports the notion. And since she's literally been stolen from heaven and fallen to earth, that would definitely support the idea that she is the quote-unquote missing asset Nephilim. Because, yeah, I'm not sure how else that would make sense. So that's fascinating. But yeah, shout-outs again to Fretcore Lore. They go in much more detail and they cover all of the ones that I didn't discuss. I only, touched upon the ones that I thought were interesting, lore-wise. So make sure to go give them some love. Very interesting. Deep lore, for sure. Again, way beyond anything I've seen from this channel thus far. So very big kudos to them. And I look forward to seeing what else they have in store. It's a bit graphic, so it might not be for everyone, but I do appreciate it. It is interesting. So yeah, like if you enjoyed the video, comment if you have something to say, subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, have a fantastic day.